Okay, here I am again. I'm Shangri-La, and thank you for viewing my YouTube channel if you're viewing. And again, I just started this channel because I just wanted a chance to talk and do whatever I felt like doing. So I just got back from going to good old Ulta with my girlfriend because they're having 21 days of Ulta right now. Today is the 15th of March. And I said, you know what? I wanted to go and just see what they had to offer. And besides, I was so tired of the coronavirus crap that's going on in the city because I live in Los Angeles and it is a hot mess. Oh my God. I got up yesterday at 5 o'clock, which is like my normal time to get up. I went to the gym and I'm like, okay, I got home. I wanted bacon because I wanted to make myself a bat sandwich. Bacon, avocado, and tomato sandwich. So I said, well, let me go to the market. But I had passed by the Ralph's near my home and I'm like, the parking lot at 5:30 when I was on my way to the gym was crowded. I'm like, okay, so I will not be going there. So I decided, all right, let me go to Gelson's. So Gelson's on the West Coast is like this bougie market. It's on the order of like Whole Paycheck, Whole Foods. So I went in there and there weren't any lines. Oh, but before I went there, I went to Sprouts because I do like Sprouts. There's a Sprouts and a Trader Joe's near me and they're both across the street from each other, but I like Sprouts better. So I drove over into a little parking lot, got into my little space, and I looked at that line. I said, there's never a line for Sprouts. They open at 7 in the morning and usually I just park, and I just go right in. The line was a block long to get into Sprouts. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I said, people are acting like it's the zombie apocalypse out here. I'm like, come on, really, dude? All I want is some bacon. So I'm like, okay. I said, people are out here buying toilet paper and water like that's it. Everybody's gonna be dead tomorrow, and they are being preppers and they're trying to get ready for the apocalypse. And I just think it's absolutely ridiculous. So I kindly removed myself from that parking spot, drove over to Gelson's, no line, but I got in there. It was more crowded than usual because usually you would go in, you see a handful of people, and it's just nice to kind of cruise around and do your little shopping and talk to people. Hey, how you doing? And keep it moving. But there were quite a few people in there. Everybody that was in there had toilet paper and water in their baskets. I'm like, what's up with the toilet paper? Why do you feel like you need to hoard toilet paper? I don't get it. I buy toilet paper from Costco and I just get the big old 48 roll or whatever it is. And it usually lasts me between like 6 and 7 months. So I'm not sure why there's such a big run on toilet paper of all things. I'm like, hell, I was kidding around with a lady in the store. I said, hell, I remember when I was a kid, you ran out of toilet paper, you just use the yellow pages, but you don't have the yellow or white pages anymore. So, hey, gotta do what you gotta do. But it just seemed weird to me that people are stocking up on toilet paper and water. And I'm like, okay, I know that I'm only one person and I can't save the planet, but I do try. So it's like I haven't bought bottled water and I don't know when. I bought a Berkey's, which I love my Berkey's. Oh my God, you can put toilet water in it and filter it. It's wonderful. And I think everybody should get a Berkey's. It's like the best thing since sliced bread. So I just take the water from my faucet, pour it in. It filters out the fluoride, bacteria, all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's awesome. And it just sits on my kitchen counter and I just fill it up. And then, I drink the filtered water that comes out of it. And it will filter up to like 6,000 gallons. And so you only replace the filters, every couple of years, which the filters can be expensive, granted, but all the water I'm able to drink, and I don't have to worry about plastic being put back into into my environment and things like that, which I think is really important because people are buying all these plastic bottles and they're just, they're in the streets, they wind up in the sewers and then they flushing out into the oceans. Then our fish are eating it and then we're eating them and it's like plastic is in everything. And so I'm really, really trying to decrease my carbon footprint as far as like plastics. I need to get a little bit better about other things like papers and stuff like that too, because it's like I order from Amazon and I know that's probably not a good thing either because the boxing that all the stuff comes in. I mean, yeah, granted, I do cut the boxes down and put them in the recycle bin, but then I wonder, well, where does the stuff go once it's, in the recycle bin? where in the plant does it go? And, gets recycled into something else. So I think I lied to myself and said, oh, I know it's going somewhere and they're using it to, make new boxes and things like that to make myself feel better about it. But I know I still need to cut down on the amount of garbage that I am putting out into the world. So on that note, all right, I'm going to do better. So, coronavirus. It's amazing how people are all up in arms about this. And it's like, dude, unless you are a baby or somebody that's immunocompromised or you're an old person, just wash your damn hands. Just wash these. You just need to make sure you put some soap, some warm water, and you need to wash your hands. A little friction, some soap, and get her done. And then that's it. I mean, it's no different than, because I was telling somebody too, I said, I hate it when pregnant women would leave work and then they would come back with their new babies and everybody's like, oh, they want to be all over the babies. It's like, and no shade. I do like kids, but I'm like, people should realize these are new babies. You have been around all day, probably digging up your nose, in your ears, scratching your tail or doing whatever else. And then you're going to go and touch somebody's baby. I'm like, oh no. So whenever they would bring the baby, I would stand back and they're like, oh, do you want to? I said, no, because I haven't washed my hands and I don't want to, I don't want to touch the baby because people are always, touching their hands and babies put their hands in their mouth. They put their feet in their mouth. It's like, dude, step off. Can't you just enjoy the sight of just seeing them? Why do you have to touch? I'm just not, I'm a germaphobe. I know when it comes to a lot of things. I don't like people not washing their hands, touching children and little people. I don't like it. I think it's gross. And, you see people doing it all the time, but hey, that's just me. But again, if you're out here in these here streets, just when you get home, wash your hands. Keep your hands out your face. Like now, look, my nose is itching as soon as I said that. Just keep your hands out of your face and just try to be mindful. You don't have to change your whole life. You don't have to go out here and buy up the store stock of, toilet paper, tissue, paper towels, and water, because we're not going nowhere. The human population is going to be here. So we don't need to go out and do all that. And I think the last time I was on, I had started a dress, which I finished, and I'm going to put pictures of it. Like I said, as soon as I learn how, I'm going to put pictures into the video below so that you can take a look at it. And actually, I wound up getting some new fabric today from this store, this online shopping, fabricfashion.com. And so I am going to show you the fabric that I got and what I'm going to make at my next video. I guess I just wanted to get on a rant about coronavirus, which is absolutely crazy. So, I'm like, people, just be safe. Don't be out here going to places, touching things, and then putting your hands in your mouth, or, going to bathrooms and touching things and not washing your hands. And just wash your hands. It's simple. Wash your hands. And they keep talking about all these people dying. They are old people that are dying. It was so funny. I was at the gym. I was on the treadmill, and it came across the screen about there was another death in, I think it was Santa Clarita or Santa, one of those Santas in California. And I'm like, oh, that person died. That's so sad, from the coronavirus. Then they said she was in her 80s. I'm like, look, you know what? Any day she lived was gravy. It's like, y'all, get over it. It's not like she was 20, 30, she wasn't even 50. She was 80 years old. Any day she lived, like I said, any day above ground for her was gravy. So, and I'm not trying to belittle the woman's death. I'm sorry that she died. But it's like, come on, y'all. All people hear is person died. They weren't zeroing in on that this woman was old and she died. So, again, just be careful. Enjoy the day, because I'm looking at the clock. I hate daylight savings time. I hate it. Do you know, I wish that we could just all go back to standard time, because I always feel like losing that hour, it just does something to me. I just feel like the day flies by too quick, especially like when I'm on, on the weekends when you're just trying to like get as much packed into the day as you possibly can, I just feel like my day goes so freaking fast because it's dark when I get up, and then it's like I turn around and look around, it's like, dang, it's late already, and I feel like I still got a lot of stuff to do. I don't know, I don't know, wintertime for me, I'm a winter baby. I was born in the winter, but I love the sunshine of the summer. I just wish the time was just back on standard time because it just drives me nuts. That's just one of my foibles. I just hate it. I just wish we could decide one or the other and stop this changing of the clock thing, because it's like your biorhythms get all off and you're all like, out of whack for a few days, sometimes a few weeks after the time change. And then it's like once you get into the groove, and then it's like, dang, now the time's about to change again. But see, when you fall back in the fall, it's gorgeous because you're like, oh, I get an extra hour to sleep in. But that spring and forward crap, that is not for the faint of heart. And every year that we do it, it feels like the older I get, it just feels like it's harder and harder on me to deal with it and to get myself together afterwards. Oh, and you know what? Look, I'm sitting up here, I'm just running my mouth thinking about all these things. I got a new... Shh, don't tell anybody, because I had I am such a gadget girl. Even though I'm technologically challenged in a lot of ways, I am a button pusher. If I try to figure stuff out by pushing buttons. I figure I can't break it, it's only a machine. However, I bought a Cricut. I guess my first Cricut I bought maybe about 3-4 years ago, and I used it very rarely because I just wasn't sure about how to use it. I just thought it'd be a great thing to have. So then the Cricut Maker came out, and I'm like, okay, I'm like in my mind thinking, okay, how can I justify this? So I'm like, well, it had these new things, these new adaptable cutting tools you could use with it, and I'm like, ooh, okay, that's how I'm going to justify it. It has new tools that I'll be able to use, and so it should be able to take me, to years doing what I want to do. So I gave my old Cricut Air away, and I wish now I hadn't done it, but it's too late. I did it. And then I started going, man, if I had my other Cricut, I could do these two things like simultaneously. But what I found out is that with the Cricut, the one thing that, and it probably does it, but it's like, I ain't got time to be trying to figure out all this stuff. I want to push a button and go. So I went on YouTube, found this lady, and she was doing some paper, just some like paper trinkets. And so I said, I can make that. I said, but that was really cute. The little cutout of the little, I think it was like a little chick, because it was for Easter, because I'm going to give away some stuff at Easter just to a few of the kids that I know. So I said, but that was so cute. They cut it out, and then they were able to put it on, as a little standalone, and they used some dimensionals and put it on there. It was really, really cute. And I'm like, hell, I could do that. Then I thought about it. I'm like, wait a minute. I can't stamp my images and then scan them with my Cricut. My Cricut doesn't scan. It does not have a scanner built in. I'm like, damn it. So, time went on. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get me one of those brother cut and scans or scan and cut or whatever it is. So I went on to eBay. And I put in a bid for one because it was like at that point, that one that I was bidding for was $123 and some change. And the thing about it is that I think the shipping was like $57. So I said, well, that's still cheaper than buying a new one, because the new one they were talking about $399. I'm like, okay, no, I don't want to put another $400 in something like that. Although I probably use it a lot, I just didn't want to come up off that kind of money. So I'm like, okay. So I bid it, and then somebody bid, and their bid bit mine. Then I bid some more, and I'm like, okay. I said, this is the last time. I'm not bidding no more than $140. That's it. So it wound up getting to $140, and as time went on, a day or two, I said, you know what? I hope somebody outbids me, because you know what? I don't want to be bothered with having to. And I know it's just simple as pressing a button and then waiting for it to get here. And then I got impatient because it says that I would receive it. If you won the bid, then you would receive it like by the 23rd of March. I'm like, no, I want to do this before that. So I'm like, I said, well, if someone outbids me, great. If they don't, then I'll just, and I win the bid, then I'll just go ahead and pay for it and just wait. But luckily, somebody came along and outbid me. I'm like, thank you. So I just went on to my to the crack that I do, which I know I need to stop because it seriously is drugs. I went onto Amazon. I mean, it's a shame. I am so programmed. Whenever I think of something I want or whatever, it's like, oh, let me go on Amazon. Amazon has it. Amazon has everything. And of course, I went on Amazon. I said, oh, let me look at the Brother Scan and Cut on Amazon. And so they had one that had this activation card in it. So I'm like, ooh, great. And it was 303. And that's how much it all came up to after tax and everything. And I said, okay. So yeah, I paid the $300 and I got the machine yesterday. And last night I was so tired. I was so tired. But I'm like, I'm doing this. So I got out my little stamp and I started stamping up these images on some, I think it was like 110-pound weight paper. And I'm like, okay, because it's pretty stiff. Because I said, well, maybe I'll do some watercolor or something on it. So I'm like, okay. I stamped that stuff up and I'm like, okay. And then I put it in the machine. I said, okay, I don't know how to work this machine. I took it out of the box, turned it on. And I'm like, okay, now how do you feed this, the mat into the machine? And I'm like, okay. And then I walked away and I said, I went on the YouTube. I said, okay, how do you scan and cut? I went on there, YouTube, looked at this one thing. This lady, she said what she did. I said, okay, that's all I need. I turned that stuff off, went to that machine, pushed those buttons, scanned that thing, cut that crap out. I'm like, woo, I felt wonderful. I said, okay, here we go. I done got me a new toy. So I cut out a bunch of images and I went to the store today. I went to CVS and I got some candies for Easter. And I'm like, oh, this is so cute. And so I colored them and I put them on the little packages that I made because I made one for, so I got a Easter egg that has like Starburst in it. One has Skittles, one has M&Ms. So I'm just making these cute little, they look like little milk cartons and they're like 2 parts, so you can take them loose and you put the egg inside. So I think it was Paper Pixie that she had done it. So I got the dimensions and I just been stamping and paper crafting like crazy. So I will put all of that in my I'll put pictures and things like that, like I said, on here as soon as I figure out how to do it. I'm a button pusher and I will figure it out. So I'll do that. And then in the meantime, you know what I'm going to do? Actually, I am going to get up from here because I'm going to go to Michael's, because Michael's right now has, if you're a crafter, they have, but this is in LA. I don't know if they have it everywhere, but right now, all their ribbons, it's like the 3/8 inch ribbons. $1.20 for 10 yards. They're usually $3.99, but for $1.20, girl, I'm there. They have a 5/8. It's $1.50. So I said, well, I spent like $40 yesterday on ribbon. So I'm just gonna go buy a few more of the 5/8 one because I have a lot of grosgrain and things like that. But you know, when you want to decorate cards and things like that, it's probably better to have like double-sided satin ribbons and some sheer ribbons. And you know, they had like this cute little gingham one. It came in pink and white. I got it in yellow and white. I think I even got an orange and white one. And I tried to like do some color coordinating because I found this woman, her name is Jan. She's from Stanford Up and she's over in the UK. And sometimes I just kind of go through YouTube and I look at some things, but she had this cute little box for doing ribbon dispenser. And I said, you know what, that's so cute. And it was like years, I think that video was really old because I'm like, okay, so she showed you how to do it. I'm like, I could do that. So I did that yesterday too. I made some ribbon boxes, which I thought were really, really cute. You know what, let me show you one. Hold on, hold your horses. Okay, now I'm back. Oh, oops. And I almost fell out of my chair too. Okay. So here are the little ribbon boxes. And I just thought they were oh so cute. So it's just cardstock and some designer paper, which was, it was lovely. Like I said, her name was Jan. And I just thought it was so cute. So I put all my ribbons in these little boxes. I made, I think I made like 7 of these boxes so I can put all my ribbon because it holds 6. And it's just instead of just having my ribbon just thrown in the box, and that's usually what I would do. So at least when they're in like these little containers that are really cute, and you can put them on your desk or stack them up like this, because this is what I do. I just stack them up. And then that way you can put them on your desk or in your craft space. And God knows I need to clean my craft space. As you can see, it's a hot mess. I was looking for some, I decided, I'm gonna try some leather making. And I'm like, I started pulling things out. And if you're a crafter like me, when your mind starts going, you're like, oh, where is that? And you start digging until you find it. And then once you find it, it's like, okay, then it's like it just becomes a whirlwind and you just start doing all this stuff. So I am now going to really leave this time for real, because I'm going to Michael's to go spend. I have a 40% off coupon. I have a 50% off coupon. Plus the ribbon is on sale right now for 70% off. So I am going to go take a look at a few things, see if I can use my 50% off on something that I really need, which is probably nothing, but I'm going to find something. And I will be back. You know what? I'm going to be back tomorrow. So I want you guys to have a fabulous Sunday. Enjoy the rest of the day, and thank you for letting me rant on here, because this is just an exercise in just letting me talk and speak. There isn't a whole lot going on here, but you know what? Let me know if you want me to do something different, or if you just want to converse. Hey, feel free. Send me a message. I am always down for making new friends. So anyway, enjoy the day, and I will talk to you soon. Take care and have a great one. Bye-bye.